I think for sure, yeah, that definitely good.
Regis, Bill Haney was here. He was just said he was quote unquote scouting, and and I asked him. I said, the fight with Devin Haney presented. Because I know Eddie said they're gonna make him a proposal after this fight. So what do you think overall? Feel like a fight with Devin Haney would just exercise immediately after this? A question for both of y'all.
Yeah, for me, it's up to Regis. I mean, I think that the great thing about tonight is there's going to be a lot of people queuing up to fight. I've not mentioned any of those big names, mention Regis' name before tonight, other than Devin, fair play to him. But now I think you're going to see people actually target Regis Prograis and say, I think he might be beatable now, which we know that there's, completely different performance to come from Regis Prograis. That's the one thing that I'm happy about. And, I believe Devin wants that fight. And don't forget, he's a champion, and Devin's going to be coming up challenging, but we give him respect. He's undisputed lightweight world champion, but he's got 5 or 6 options. Really.
Would a championship fight like with Rolly or something like that? Or
listen, Rolly might even fancy it now. I don't think so, but Rolly's Rolly's going to get beat by anybody, right? So he needs the biggest payday he can get to give up his belt. Teofimo hasn't vacated the title. Teofimo against Regis Prograis is a fucking great fight. Devin Haney against Regis Prograis is a fucking great fight. Tank against Regis Prograis is a fucking great fight.
What kind of fight is it?
A fucking great fight. The thing is, we're not going to see the best of Regis in fights like that. And by the way, I've got to be honest, I was disgusted with Zorilla's performance. Because I think Regis could have been better. He should have cut the ring off. But there's lots of things like, when you get a chance like that to come and win a world title, and by the way, the guy can fucking punch. Zorilla. It's not like he couldn't have won the fight if he would have stood there and let his hands go and traded. Who knows? But that's the disappointment. And Regis needed to be better. Like you're going to see the best of him against elite opposition.
Can you understand the mentality if somebody gets a championship?
I'm lost. I don't know.
When
was the last time you had an opponent that bad or in your opponent?
It wasn't. Listen, he's a good fighter. It wasn't
that bad a performance.
Yeah, I mean, when someone feels the power, when someone doesn't actually want to engage, it's easy for us to sit there and say, "Come on, do this. Let your hands go." He's probably thinking, "Fuck that. I don't want." Excuse me. We'll be quiet up the back, please. Thank you. He's probably thinking, "Yeah, I'll fucking let my hands go. Fuck that. I don't want to let my hands go. This guy's he's a savage." So I don't blame. You can never blame a fighter for not wanting to engage. But he made the fight reasonably close because no one really got a chance to land anything. But it was the knockdown and other stuff as well. But it wasn't that he was bad. It was just disappointing for him that he never really came to win the fight.
Regis, what do you learn about just yourself and maybe like fighting a guy who is trying to survive? Like what do you do different kind of looking at your performance this time?
I just go back in the gym and improve. That's the main thing. Go back, talk to my coaches, go back in the gym and, work on different things. And like I said, a lot of it had to do with, you get the hometown thing, the hometown jitters and stuff like that. I think that played a part in it for me. But even overall, I still have to go back in the gym and work on some things.
The other thing I'll say is that we sat in a steak restaurant 7 weeks before this fight and made a decision to take this date. He probably had a 6-week camp. No excuses, it was still,
No excuses, I don't make that excuse.
But no, I will, because I don't, at the end of the day, that it was different, weight was a little bit different, all those things normally on an 8, 10, 12-week camp that you'd have for an elite guys,
Did you ever feel threatened by Zorilla in that fight at all, any moment?
I like I said, he was strong, but I just never felt like, I felt stronger punches. So I never felt threatened at all.
Once the fight got past about the 9th round, were you feeling like any pressure to finish it off, or is this just going to have to play itself out like this?
Yes and no. It was like sometimes it's like, man, I feel like I need to step it up. My coach was like, man, like step it up, start throwing more punches and stuff like that. But at the same time, I just don't want to go out there and get careless, like because of the hometown crowd, because of the hometown jitters. I heard people saying my name, Regis and Ruger and all that stuff. And then when you hear that, you can play into that stuff, and then that's when something bad could happen. So I actually reversed that. I was like, nah, I'm not about to play into that. Let me just go out here and kind of stay smart.
When fighters are in the ring, they say they get into a zone. They don't really hear anything outside of it. Did you hear anybody close to you, family members, friends, anybody that you?
Yeah, I hear people all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely hear people all the time. for
Roy
sure.
Jones Jr. was here and he was happy about your performance and he said he would like to see that fight against Devin Haney.
Mhm.
How are you happy overall just having Roy Jones Jr., a legendary fighter,
Mhm.
that you know?
That's my part. I told Roy, I'm cool with Roy, so I'm definitely glad all the people came out. You know, Roy, along with a lot of other people, came out for sure.
Manny
but,
Fresh,
you know,
Manny Fresh was here.
Fresh. I mean, there's a lot of people came out. Man. Who else was here?
Yellow Breezy.
Half the city was here. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people came out, bro. So I'm definitely shout out to New Orleans, you know, and yeah, I'm glad everybody came, but. Like I said, for me, bro, I want to be the best in the world. And after this, I definitely have to go and improve.
Is your next fight, and it's for Regis and Eddie, is the next fight going to be a unified fight?
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to. I think every champion should try and unify as quickly as possible. But also, I feel like he's in the prime of his career. I want to make him the biggest fights for the most amount of money and the biggest platform. You know, the biggest moments in boxing. And I feel like with everybody moving to 140, the WBC title is a prestigious belt. You know, I feel like it's probably the most prestigious title right now at 140 pounds. So people should be calling us to fight Regis Prograis. Maybe they'll do it now, but you know, I think he's not going to be short of fights.
Eddie, I know if you get one of those fights like Haney or G Vegas, but you were saying you wanted Regis to come back here ASAP. He's just spoken about home sandwiches. Is that going to be a concern?
No, I think that there's Vegas opportunities, there's Middle East opportunities, there's fights around the world. I'd like to build it. We had 5 weeks to sell the fight tonight. We had 6,000 in it or whatever it was. I think we've done a good job, you know. But there's still a lot more to come. I think, again, with all due respect to Zorilla, it wasn't exactly a name that, you know, is going to set the city on fire. But, you know, I think a big name would be great here. But you could see Regis away from here, maybe in Vegas, you know, later in the year. And, you know, he will box obviously one more time this year. We'd like that to be sooner rather than later. But he's going to want to go back with coach and assess it, have a little break and go again.
And you keep mentioning about a big name. I know it's been thrown out there the possibility in our friends of Agent Broner. That fight also could do very well. 2 great fighters. Regis Prograis. He could do it here. He came in Houston because I know.
I love Broner. I think he's great. You know, I also think he's a little bit unreliable. I don't think, for me, when we talk about legacy, that's not a legacy fight. And I know Regis is chasing legacy as well. Unifications, big names, but you know, Broner's a big name, but he's the boss. Regis is the boss, so we'll be providing him with options, and he'll be letting us know which ones he wants to fight.
Would you rather have a unification fight or a really big fight with somebody like that?
It depends, bro. It depends on like whatever. When me and Eddie sit down and talk, it depends on what's next. You know, for me, it all depends. It's so many options out there. I'm in such a good moment in the spot right now to where I have so much on the table. So we'll have to throw some names out there, give me some dates, and we'll just see. I don't know.
You've meeting Bill Haney while he's in town.
Yeah, I met him earlier. Yeah, I mean, they want the fight. He looked over at me in the 10th round and went. So, and listen, I like Bill, and they're simple. You know, look, they're talking to us. They're talking to the Middle East, and I told them, if you want to fight in the Middle East, you better make us a big offer, and we'll consider that as well. It's not just a case of him coming on our show. I've said to Regis when we signed him, I have no problem letting him working with him to take a fight somewhere else if it's life-changing opportunity, if it's massive money, if it's legacy, if it's everything. So we're flexible, and there's no excuses. You know, we're not here to talk about the other side of the street and politics and all that. If they want the fight, and then we have to go to another platform, if we have to go to another country, if it's the right option for Regis Prograis, we'll do it.
So there'll be a meeting with Bill before he leaves.
I'm seeing Devin in New York next week.
Oh.
There you go.
How does it feel for you right now after years and years to have as many options right now as you do to move your career
It's
forward?
great. It's definitely a great time to be me. Besides the fight, my performance and stuff like that. But as far as now, the fight is over. I'm gonna go assess myself. I'm gonna go look at it myself and go make some improvements. And then after that, me and Eddie, we gonna talk and then see what's next. See what's next on the table.
Regis, what's the party like tonight in New Orleans going to be like? I feel like you should
It's
be a little
gonna be
happier, man. You got a victory, you know what I mean?
Bro, it's a victory and it's cool. I keep my belt, bro, but I want to look. Every time I go out, I want to look spectacular. I want to look better. So I do feel a little down right now. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we got some stuff planned. We definitely, all my people here, y'all all come out. We'll have. I don't know who married, who not. But, you know,
Enjoy it, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Enjoy it,
for
bro.
sure, for sure.